So I will go ahead and call the meeting of the Coos Bay Urban Renewal Agency to order. And our first item on the agenda is public comments. Do we have any public comments from the public tonight? Joe, are you speaking on an item? Are you speaking on an item, Joe Slack?
Me?
Yeah.
If I need to, yes.
Okay, all right.
If you need to, huh?
All right, so our first agenda item is to request to reconsider former building improvement grant request. And Roger, you're going to take this one?
I am. On August 3rd, 2021, the agency approved a request for an improvement grant for 260 and 265 South Broadway Avenue. In May of 22, this same project came back before you, but for approval of a design change. That grant expired in November of this last year. The city received a request for you to reconsider approving that grant, and that matter came before you at your last meeting. The agency, by a 4-3 vote, chose to let the grant expire, but allowed the applicants to reapply. Applicants have asked you to reconsider that decision. In your council rules, and I would point out the agency doesn't have specific rules it operates under, but it does fall back on the council rules. Under council rule 2.7.2.7, placing a matter for reconsideration on an agenda requires one, the motion to be nominated by someone that voted in favor of the action you want to reconsider. And then it must be seconded by another member of the council before being called to question for a vote by the council. In this case, should you wish to reconsider, it would need to take a motion from either Vice Chair Farmer or board members Sarah Stevens, Carmen Matthews, or Lucinda DeNovo. Should you wish not to reconsider, then the applicants would need to reapply. It is my understanding that the design that you approved in May of 22 is still the same design. Reapplying would just require some additional steps for staff and the design review committee to take, which really would not be necessary. So reconsideration would be more expeditious. But again, before we can place the matter on a future agenda, we'll need that reconsideration or direct the applicant to reapply.
Okay, so is everybody clear on that matter? We're in a little difficult position because we have council rules that are what we fall back on. So to reconsider the matter, we would have to have a motion to put it on a future agenda. And that would have to be made by either Drew, Carmen,
Sarah?
Councilor Stevens, or is that all? Or Councilor DeNovo, who's not present tonight. Do I have a motion? We do.
Sorry, muted there.
Oh.
I will go ahead and move. So moved. I'm down for reconsidering if anybody else is interested in seconding.
Okay, so now we would need a second
From the remaining.
from
Yes.
the remaining.
I'm not inclined unless Sarah is.
Oh, the
It
second
could
can-
be anyone.
The
It does not-
second can, yes.
Oh,
It can be anyone on the agency.
okay.
I will second.
So
I would like to just say that The reason why I am reconsidering is I was kind of under the impression that the design had changed and would require an additional approval, in addition to the fact that it was already past the date, and we didn't have anybody representing the applicants. Well, I mean, we did have somebody representing the applicants, but the applicants weren't available to give explanation or clarification on their intent. And that definitely gave me pause. But I do want to see things move forward with grant proposals that have been approved. And if we can make it happen and learn from this experience, I'd like to see us do that.
Is there any further comments or questions?
Well, this is just for reconsideration, right?
This would put it back on.
So the discussion
Put it
will
on
be
on a discussion, or excuse me, on a
Discussion,
future.
when will this come back before the council, the agency, I should say?
Well, we could work with the applicants to find out when they would be available to come back before the agency.
And I would like to make sure that all the councils here that decided this, because I think it'd be inappropriate if we let one, like, for instance, Lucinda was not one that supported it. I want to make sure that she's going to be here, and everyone's here that was involved in that decision, so. So I think that needs to be also thought about besides the applicants. By my understanding, they're not going to be here for April anyway.
2 weeks.
Well, our meetings are only twice a month, so our next meeting is April,
It would be May,
April
First meeting
18th.
would be,
Yeah, so we have to go back into May.
Yeah, and we'll be gone, so we're gone last 2 weeks of April, then last 2 weeks of May, or the last week of May.
so we could put it to the first meeting in May.
Okay.
My recollection is there are other applicants that could be using these funds this cycle. Is that the case?
Not yet. We do
Okay.
have another, at least one more applicant that's pending, but there is current funds for that project.
Okay.
okay. So just to circle back around, we have a motion for reconsideration, to put this on the agenda for reconsideration at a future meeting, probably the first
First week in May.
week in May. What is wrong with my mouth tonight? And a second. Any further discussion? All right, we'll take a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nick?
We have one dissenting vote, but the motion carries.
Did Sarah vote?
We didn't hear anything.
Oh,
I don't know, so.
might not be.
Sarah, did you
Keyboard.
vote?
Yes, I voted yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. All right, our next item is a consideration to establish agency board rules, and that will help guide us in situations like this. Are you taking that, Nicole or Roger?
I can take that. Staff would just recommend, instead of relying on the council's rules, since the agency is a separate municipal government, that it might be wise to do what some other urban renewal agencies have done, and that is adopt your own rules of procedure. There are templates out there that could assist us in putting that together for you, and if you wish, staff would be more than willing to put that together and present it for your consideration.
So you just need consensus from the agency?
I do.
Do we have consensus for that? I'm fine with that.
Yep. Yes.
Sarah, Carmen?
That works. Thank you.
Works here.
All right. Got your
That's all I
consensus?
have.
All right, with that, then, we have no further business to come before the agency, and we are adjourned.